What's good, family? Once again, shout out to my long-term supporting General, Rusty Bar, for coming through and sponsoring them coins, no doubt. We got some breaking news right now. Super duper breaking. And it's bad, I can't lie to you. This is bad for Team Shilly and Shite and Team Eddie. Down bad, Hearn. He down the baddest way. Hearn going through it. Oh man, I'm gonna get Dillian. We gonna fight for Dillian Whyte. We gonna fight for him. It's institutional, you know. Dillian Whyte been done wrong, and we gon' don't worry, Dillian. I got you. We gon' get what you deserve, Dillian. My name Eddie Hearns, and you know, and Frank Warren and Tyson Fury, they lowballing, and we know the real value of Dillian Whyte. And oops, yeah, Mr. Big Mouth Hearn. We know the thing is about Hearn, yeah, we know it's so peak for Dillian right now. It's super duper peak, and obviously Dillian's wheeled out sporting silicons to, oh yeah, this is a dub for Dillian. Listen, Dillian down bad, Eddie Hearn down bad, bottom line. Yeah, and Team Fury and Frank Warren getting off all over you, man, tonight. And that's the bottom line here. You've been punked, 100%. Now, before I carry on roasting these cats, let's get to the actual exclusive leak news, yeah? What we know is, you man ain't heard this news not even a bit yet, yeah? Check this out. Queensberry Promotions will promote Fury versus Whyte. This Friday, the purse bid to promote the fight between the World Boxing Council heavyweight champion Tyson Fury and interim champion Dillian the Shillian Shite was held virtually. The winner of the rights to stage this important clash was Queensberry Promotions, aka Frank Warren, aka Finding Nemo Fish Eyes, aka Bob Arum, aka Team Fury, with an amount of $41.025 million. Matchroom Boxing, aka Down Bad Room Boxing, made an offer of 32 million. That's 20% less. Listen, Team Fury bid more than Dillian Whyte's purse. Yeah, that's how Team Fury are throwing around Dillian Whyte's purse for fun. How mad's that? Yeah. Oh man, Dillian, we got your back. And no whatever. I got a video coming soon exposing Hearn. Because listen, for a long time Hearn was on point, but he's slipping right now. I don't care what no one says, and it's interesting. Again, I've got some more videos coming soon. Eddie Hearn like, oh man, you know I'm gonna retire and I don't want to be 90 years old. Listen, Eddie, what we know about Eddie, yeah, Eddie weren't never talking about retirement, was he? You never noticed that. All of a sudden, oh, you know, I don't want to be in this game old and mad like Bob Arum. Listen, Eddie, this is what you need to do, yeah? Come out and say you got punked. Yeah, you've been punked by Mr. 90-year-old, and now Eddie Hearn's trying to do the whole spin of, well, I've got punked in the business, so I'll talk about something else instead. I can't win the business anymore, so instead I'll talk about how I don't want to be old and grumpy. Listen, Eddie, you got punked. Yeah, we can talk about old and grumpy all you want. You was giving it the biggest one, and I said this is the worst thing. I tell everyone what's going to happen. I told you, Eddie Hearn knows Shillian Shite has no value. And you Shillian Shite fans, sporting Shillicons, everyone gassing me up. Oh, YB, you're a turncoat. Oh, YB, you don't know what you're talking about. YB, Eddie gonna do this. And the worst thing is, yeah, no joke. Again, I've got more videos coming soon, yeah, but no joke. There's Dillian Shite fans and Eddie Hearn fans saying, oh man, no, he didn't lose. This was a conspiracy, and you know, Eddie Hearn, he planned this because he wanted to lure Team Fury out to make sure that Dillian got paid, and he was playing 10-dimensional chess, and he knew that he was just talking so he could. What's wrong with you goofy dudes? Eddie Hearn got punked, yeah? That's the first thing. Second thing, Shillian Shite got punked. Both of them sat there yammering about how much value they've got. Eddie Hearn been gassing the place up for the last month, talking about how what are you gonna do? Don't worry, Dillian. If they won't pay you, we will. Oops, what happened to that, Eddie? Just keep your mouth shut. If you're not going to do something, and we know, I've been telling people, Shillian Shite has got no value. Yeah, he's known as the man who ain't never beat no one, and he stays getting chinned. That's the bottom line here, people. This is his step-up fight. Now, if he wins the fight, I'm going to give full credit and say, listen, man, you did something truly great. because there's going to be no denying that. But until that happens, the facts are, you ain't no one. And Eddie Hearn knows that. I exposed it. Eddie Hearn back in 2019 told Dillian. I mean, Dillian was better back then, because Dillian had a close fight with AJ, which back at the time, that was a valuable asset to have, wasn't it? It's not like now when Mr. Blobby and Mr. Middleweight have had a go on him. Back then, Dillian Whyte looked like a serious guy, thinking, wow, look how he pushed AJ. Do you know what I'm saying? So Dillian back then was relatively undefeated, only had his cherry popped by Anthony Johnston. And guess what? Eddie Hearn only offered, and that was a derby match as well. AJ versus Dillian Whyte is a derby match. To be fair, so is Fury versus Whyte, but listen, either way, whatever way you want to look at it, Eddie Hearn offered Dillian Whyte $4 or $5 million. Yeah? And that was back in 2019 when he was arguably more valuable. Fish Eyes Warren was offering £5 million and begging Team Shillian to come to the table. So what that tells you is that when Eddie Hearn comes to actually business and not woofing, Eddie Hearn is great at woofing. Yeah, he loves to talk for the sake of talking. But when it comes to, the thing is, I do have to admit, it's interesting. Eddie Hearn talks about discrimination. Yeah, the true discrimination that's actually occurred is the discrimination between UK fighters and USA fighters. For example, Eddie Hearn had no problem splashing a whole load of money on bum fighters like Mikey Garcia. Paid him loads for bum fights. Paid him loads to lose bum fights. But then it comes to the UK and someone like Shillian, all of a sudden Mr. Big Pocket, wait, what happened to that? What happened to Mr. Big Zone Pockets? Oh, we gon' do what's right, Dillian. We gon' get you what you deserve, and it wasn't even close. That's the worst thing. They literally blew you out the water, and I knew it was coming. Number one, because like I said, back in 2019, Eddie Hearn had the full opportunity to price Dillian at the market rate, or Eddie Hearn showed you what he thought of Dillian Whyte when he offered Dillian £4 or £5 million, and he in a £30 million fight, yeah, which shows you he thinks Dillian worth about 17%. Or certainly less than 20%. That's what the facts say, people. I watch actions. I don't listen to woof. Yeah? You funny style Shillian Shite fans and Eddie Hearn fans. Oh man, YB, what you talking about? You know Eddie Hearn, he said he gon' do what's right for Dillian. He gon' turn up. Trust me, I got some mad videos coming soon. Eddie Hearn does woofing. Oh man, Frank Warren and Bob Arum. Bob Arum's got legal problems with Terence Crawford, and I'm gonna do what's right. We gonna stop Bob Arum discrimination. I'm for Dillian, and I'm gonna pull in BLM. Eddie, what happened to BLM? I thought you was team BLM, Eddie. How you gonna do Dillian like that? You better watch out, Eddie, that you don't get. I think if I was advising Dillian Whyte now, Dillian Whyte needs to sue Eddie Hearn the same way Terence Crawford suing Bob Arum. Yeah? Because that is some BLM thing 100%. Oh, yeah. Eddie, why is Eddie been reeling himself out? Yeah, for the last month, woofing. And the worst thing is, like I said, I told you what was going to happen. People say, YB, you think you're so smart. Well, why is it everything I say down pat every time? I told you. Eddie Hearn woofing, and he ain't going to do nothing. Oops. Oh, no, YB, no, it's a conspiracy, and Eddie was just saying that so we could get more value for... Shut up, you goofy Eddie Hearn fans, man. It's unbelievable. Eddie ain't playing 10-dimensional chess. He just got punked, yeah? And he knew it's mad. Eddie Hearn knew Dillian ain't worth a lick. And rather than being honest and saying, listen, people, we've had a £5 million offer from Team Fury, and I'm advising, and that's the thing. What do we know? I told you, the YB, is the number 2 coach in the world and the number 1 manager in the world. I told you what to do. Yeah, I said, listen, if I was advising Dillian, I'd say, Dillian, sit your ass down, and this is a good, serious offer. Consider it. Instead, Eddie Hearn come out, and the thing is, woofing's fine. If you're serious, like me, for example, I woof. I talk about how I'm going to split Tyrone's cheeks, and for now, that is just woof. I admit that, but over time you'll notice that when I woof, actions follow at some point. And that's fine. If you're going to woof, as long as you deliver on it, that's fine. So like I said, Eddie Hearn, woofing is good. I like woofing. But to woof, and then it comes to it, And then the thing is, I knew, even though I knew months ago he weren't going to do nothing in the purse bid. What really gave it away was yesterday. Yesterday, Eddie Hearn starts putting out there his own conspiracy. He starts saying things like, "Oh man, the thing is, Team Fury, they've got 80%, so, they can have a private deal, and Frank Warren can say to Tyson Fury, I'll pay you under the table, and, it's going to be a big, and we can't do that because we've only got 20%, and, it's a big conspiracy, and, Frank Warren going to do this deal with Tyson Fury, and it's not going to be a real deal." So I thought, wait a minute, you was talking about you being a big money don, yeah? You was talking about how you're big money Eddie Hearn, and you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And when it came to it, 24 hours before, all of a sudden, it went from, we're going to do what's right for Dillian, we've got the zone pockets, we're going to do what's right, we're team BLM, yeah? 100%, that's what he was woofing. Eddie Hearn was giving it the most. We ain't going to do Dillian Whyte like Terence Crawford got done by Bob Arum. We're team BLM. Giving it all that he was. About how we're going to stand up for Dillian's rights and against the institutional. Yeah? And then all of a sudden, when it came to the crunch moment, all that talk about doing what's right, all that talk about BLM, turned into, well, actually the thing is, Team Fury have got this special conspiracy thing where they can do some deal behind the table, and it makes it really hard for us. What? No, put your big ass number up, Eddie, and there wouldn't be a problem, innit? That's what I don't get. Why didn't the thing is, like, over this time, Eddie Hearn been gassing about the true value of Dillian, and he was implying that Dillian's worth £10 million. That's what he was implying, because when Team Fury offered 5.5 million, which I advised to take, which he's now ended up getting anyway, but either way, when he was offered 5.5 million, Eddie Hearn said, no, that's not right, he's worth 10. And on that basis, he was implying that, don't worry Dillian, if they won't give you 10 million, we'll do it, because we can do it on our end. I.e., we go in there with a, think about it, if they'd have gone in there with a $50 million bid, Dillian would have got his 10 million, and Eddie Hearn would be the winner now. And that's what he was implying from the jump. Oops, what happened to that? And I would have respect, honestly, yeah, if Eddie Hearn had gone in there, offered the 50, and then got beat because Team Fury came through with 55 or 60, you could say, well, yeah, YB, he lost, but you can't really roast Eddie Hearn because he did what he promised to do, and that was deliver what this so-called value was. Don't forget, people, the main reason Eddie Hearn was shilling about how this ain't right, that ain't right, or about how valuable Dillian was, the whole thing was, oh, Dillian's super valuable. Even though he only got paid 300 grand, it's to do with the valuableness. It's not because he, oh no, he is still valuable. It's nothing to do with the 300k, he's still valuable. That's what Eddie Hearn was saying. So if he's valuable, why weren't your bids showing all that? You were saying the reason Dillian needs to be paid more than 5 is because he's super duper valuable, and that you said that Team Fury were undervaluing the fight. You said this is a blockbuster fight, and I can't wait to represent Fury. This gives me an in with Tyson Fury. Oops. And then all of a sudden, 24 hours ago, all that energy about BLM went out the window, and you turned into, well, you see, the thing is, we're only going to do what... All of a sudden, Eddie Hearn turned into an accountant. It's mad. He went from being this real trailblazer for justice into a man talking about, well, we're not going to do anything stupid. No word of a lie. A month ago, Eddie Hearn was talking about doing the most for Dillian. And that turned into, well, the thing is, we're not going to be stupid. We're not going to do a silly offer. What? So wait there. For the last 4 months, you've been critiquing Team Fury for lowballing and being unfair and being discriminatory. Then it comes to actually, and that's the thing, people. It's easy to talk, It's a bit like with the whole Dana White situation. It's easy to critique people when you're not doing it yourself. For example, again, with the whole UFC thing, Jake Paul, on his own cards, he's paying people $5,000. So it's like, how does that work? It's easy to sit there, but when it's your own pocket, we can all talk about other people's pockets, yeah? But when it's your own pocket, all of a sudden, well, I'm a businessman. Yeah, well, you're a businessman. The same way you're paying people $5,000 on your card, so is Dana White. What's the difference? Oops. But people are good at woofing at other people. And that's what I'm saying. Same with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn woofs about how what's not right and has Dillian Whyte being lowballed, it comes to actually putting your hand in your pocket, all of a sudden you're saying, well, we don't want to do anything silly. But why is it okay for you to say for Team Fury to do something silly? Which, by the way, they've ended up doing anyway. They've ended up outbidding you by a substantial amount. Because actually, from Eddie Hearn's offer, it's a 25% increase. 32 to 40 is 25%. So that's massive. That's actually over what Dillian Whyte's getting paid. Anyway, before I go, trust me, I've got so many videos coming soon. It's unbelievable. Anyway, let me give you some more details, because that isn't the only detail. WBC also announced the fact that the split has a new structure in it, or it's not a new structure, but it's got some sort of structure in now. And the actual deal is that Tyson, and this is what I said this at the time, people was doing all these maths calculations. Oh no, YB, you're wrong. It's not 70-20. It's actually 72 and 19. You man was doing all these maths calculations. I told you to sit down, yeah, and let me do the thinking. You was like, no, YB, it's actually 10% of 70%. Oh no, it's actually 20% of 15%. Shut up. You man are goofy. I told you what it was. Yeah, it's 20. Dillian Whyte's getting a 20% split. Tyson Fury getting a 70% split, and the winner takes 10. That's how it's structured. So Dillian Whyte actually has the opportunity here to win 30%. Yeah, the World Boxing Council implemented an innovation some years ago by having 10% of the amount as a bonus to the winner of the fight, thus giving great additional incentive interest. In this case, the winner will receive a bonus of $4 million, so it's massive, really, truth be known. Dillian Whyte set to be paid $8 million odd, which actually works out being the same thing he was offered. Frank Warren offered him $5.5 million. I think this works out to be about $6 million now. Oh, sorry, £6 million. So he's made a bit more, but what else do we know? What did I say? When Frank Warren came out and offered £5 million, yeah, I said sit down and you'll probably be able to get squeeze 6 out. Oops. What ends up happening? He ends up getting 6. Yeah? All that woofing from Hearn, how'd it help you? Didn't help you at all. Now, the Hearn fans would love you to believe that, oh no, Eddie Hearn was doing that to pressure. Eddie Hearn was only talking about how hard he was going to bid to pressure Frank Warren to bid him more. That don't even make no sense. It don't make no sense. Yeah, because why would Eddie Hearn want to give up control? Eddie Hearn himself said, "Oh, we don't. Ideally, we want control." Well, of course he does. Eddie Hearn loves control, and you never see him. For example, you never see Eddie Hearn lose control of AJ, do you? Oops. Yeah, that's what you don't see. Yeah, you never see Frank Warren winning an AJ show, because it gets done, and that's the point here. About sitting there talking about this, that, the other. If it was all about that, why don't Eddie Hearn do all that extra crap gassing the place up with AJ? Why is it that never ends up going to purse bid? He always makes sure you're on point, doesn't he? Exactly. So wind your beaks in. But yeah, I'm happy for Team Fury. I know you Shilly and Shite fans are gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad at the whole situation because you lost and you're looking super silly right now. But still, I'm happy for Dillian in as much as, I mean, I can't lie. I believe I've been pivotal to making this fight, truth be known. Because guess what? Shillian, he weren't going to take this fight. Yeah, if I hadn't been on his neck roasting him, he was happy to sit there like a sideman on the sideline, waiting out until till 2025. That's the truth. Yeah. He realised, wait there a minute, Eddie, you're gassing the place up. The YB, the number 1 manager, and I'm going with his advice because you already lost me to 30%. Don't forget, people. Bob Arum a month ago was saying we'll give you 25% off the bat, and I said, listen, Bob Arum desperate. He offering you 25% off the bat. Go into the negotiation room and get yourself 30%. Yeah. Meanwhile, all you funny style goofies, oh, I know YB, Eddie Hearn got under control and he can do this, he can do that. He gonna get 45%. What planet are you man on? It's mad. A man with no belt, no wins, gonna get 45%. It's wild. I'm baffed what planet you man live on. Seriously, it's wild. Yeah? You're from some wild Martian planet. 100%. But yeah, I'm glad that this is really good for boxing. I'm glad Dillian Whyte saw the light. Yeah, because he could have dug his nails in and said, no, I'm just going to wait. So Dillian Whyte certainly has made some active decisions in this, because he could have sat there and said, no, I want to make sure if we're fighting, I get the percentage I deserve, which would be after March. So Dillian Whyte has conceded, I'll accept the 20 and I will fight worst case scenario for the 20. And to be honest, 30%, and this is your shot. Yeah, you go in there and knock Fury out, I'm going to give you 10 out of 10 credit and say you're a serious individual. But that's what you've got to do to get that. A lot of you people jump, you start running before people can walk. And even myself, I critique myself. You're right. I started running on Johnston. But I always saw I'm always a maximalist. I see what the potential. But either way, I was wrong. Bottom line, yeah, he's soft. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, I'm glad that this has been done. I'm glad that both people are coming together. It's great for boxing. And I'm gassed, because the good thing is as well, it's set to be in latest end of April. So we've not got long. Well, it don't feel like what's February, March. 2.5 months, but trust me, it goes quickly. Yeah, I remember all these fights go quickly. 1 minute is today, and next minute is there, so it won't be long. No more damn purse bids or cancelled purse bids. It's all locked in now. Eddie Hearn lost. I can't wait to see what Eddie Hearn has to say when they wheel him out. I'm sure he'll have some... Oh, to be fair, he already set the scene, as I've explained. He already set the scene. Trust me, Eddie Hearn going to come out and he's going to talk about some massive conspiracy thing. Oh, no, they had to... Yeah, you're going to woof. 100% woof. Eddie, you lost. Yeah, you got punked. Your pockets is dry, and that's the end of that. You ain't got no control, and to be honest, the real person here who should be mad is Dillian. Even though, I mean, he hasn't been done wrong, he's getting paid well. But the person who should be mad, or the person who should be taking a double take here, is Dillian. Because I'll be thinking, what, Eddie, why is it you never lose a purse bid with AJ? You always manage to win them ones, yeah? Or you always, you know what I mean? You always manage to be doing the most there. So what happened to that? Now I get it. AJ's a bigger entity to some extent, but still. What I don't understand is, why can't people be realistic? Yeah? If I was managing Dillian, I'd sit him down and say, listen Dillian, we're not going to be doing no crazy bid like we do with AJ, because you went AJ. Yeah, win this fight and we can talk about doing some AJ operations. That's what I'll be telling him, because it's the truth. But a lot of these guys, yeah, Silver Spoon, Hearn, he's Silver Spoon, so he like to just woof in your ear. Does that make sense? When you're Silver Spoon, a lot of these Silver Spoons, business cats, yeah, they just like woofing. They like the sound of their own voice. And they always want to be seen to be doing something they ain't. Oh, no, apples and pears, and, oh, no, car salesman. Yeah? Rather than sitting Dillian down and say, listen, Dillian, the truth is, you ain't worth a lick more than what you're being offered. So take it. Yeah? If you don't like it, I suggest you knock Tyson Fury's head off and we can discuss. That's how business works, and that'll be the truth. Yeah, and I think Dillian will respect Eddie Hearn more, and there'll be no confusion then. Cold hard truth. The cold hard truth is, you've been chinned by an old dude, and you've been fighting a bunch of old bums. Yeah, if you want to be known as the big Conor McTapper, if you want to be known as the new Conor McTapper, go in there and stretch Fury out, and then you can get some. Then I'll start treating you like McTapper. But until then, you're known as the Sky pay-per-view bum slayer, and that's what it is, people. I know you Shilly and Shite fans are mad, but that's what it is. Honestly, I'd be lying if I told you anything else. What comes out of my mouth is 100% the facts. Again, I really hope Dillian goes in there and takes Fury's head off. I'd love nothing more to see that. For the drama of it. I want, like, my main guy's been smoked anyway, so I might as well, for me, more carnage is great. Yeah? Seeing Fury splattered, or either way, to be honest, like I said, I'm a complete down the middle here. If Fury gets murked, then so be it. That's what I really want, a great fight. And the thing is, I mean, Dillian's got more skill than Wilder, so it does actually sets the scene. And to be fair to Fury's new style, he ain't playing no games. His name ain't Anthony Johnston. Tyson Fury's backhand don't flap in a fight. That's what you can't say. I know some of you AJ fans would love me to believe, oh no, YB, you're wrong, and AJ's the throwback fighter, and he loves to get stuck in, and Fury's this, that, the other. Listen, Fury go in there and get stuck in. He delivers for his fans. There's no Fury fans who sit there and say, well, he coulda, shoulda, woulda. He takes his body to where it can go. Johnston flaps. That's what Johnson does. Yeah, and you Johnson fans need to look at yourself and get serious. Your man's a whopper. A big useless whopper. A big useless bodybuilding whopper. That's what your man Johnson is. He don't respect his fans. He don't hustle for his fans. He tell you what he does. He gasses them up the day before the fight, talking about KO. Yeah, plugging his William Hill. 100%. Yeah, make sure you, www.williamhill.com. I'm going for the KO. That's what he said, 100%. The day before the fight, Anthony Johnston put a message out to his fans saying www.williamhill.com/Anthony Johnston. Yeah, going for the KO, going Kronk. Plugging William Hill all over the place, goes in there and flaps for 12 rounds like a big useless bodybuilder. And then talks about how I hope the fans are grateful for my performance. You having a laugh. You ain't got no one round you who's serious. I'd have knocked you on your head and told you to fix up if I was around you. And that's why you don't want no one like me around you. You want a bunch of zesty, funny style bottom dudes. Yeah? You can all just bottom it up together. Ain't no bottom. You best believe that as well. The YB a top. That's the problem. Let me tell you about Johnson, yeah? If the YB was in the camp, it'd be a definition of putting the cat amongst the pigeons. Yeah? You'd be putting the top amongst the bottoms, and he don't want that. I mean, have you seen a video of AJ sitting back in the cut with a bag of man my man Johnston posted up in the cut, yeah, in a in the jacuzzi with a whole bag of man, bunch of bottom looking asses, 100%. That's what you don't want. But anyway, man, listen, Fury and Whyte is locked in. Two solid fighting men who are going to set pace, yeah, and set pace for the rest of the world to watch. How the pace being set. Johnson needs to sit there and watch and learn, in my opinion.